All right, this is restoration tip number 6. When you're ready to dismantle your car, you want to make sure that you put everything in bags. All the little parts go in bags. All the bigger parts go in boxes. You're going to have to collect a lot of boxes if you know you're going to start dismantling your car. Start collecting boxes of all different sizes, and because you're going to need it. Your car will get 4 times bigger when you take it all apart. So, but the small parts, it's important to keep them. Even the rusty old bolts, rusty old parts, anything like that, because it's very hard to describe to somebody, or when you're looking for parts, to describe what this part looks like if you don't have some kind of sample. So you want to keep everything until you've got new parts and you're ready to put them in. So a Ziploc bag or a bag with a twist tie on it, just put all your rusty parts in there. And also you can write little notes for it too, like how did this come apart, how does it go back together, does this end face the front of the car, the back of the car. All those little tips, notes in there help you assemble your car again. So you just want to write some notes down on that. Stick those in there. Make them so you can understand them. You make it too simple. I did that myself. You put notes in there, and then a year later or several years later, you bring it out and say, well, what does that mean? So, because you got to remember, you may think you're going to do a fast restoration, but you don't know when you get into it how complicated it's going to be, and how much better you want to do it than you thought of in the first place. You might want to start doing a lot higher restoration than you thought that you might start with. So it could take you a few months, could take you a few years, it could take you a long time. So my first car took me 10 years. So after 10 years, you won't remember how to assemble it again. So you put the notes in there. Another thing you can do, you can actually put in a photo of that area so that you can see exactly how it goes back together. And you put all that in there, and then put your parts. Now when you put the bigger parts in boxes, make sure you label them. Just simple label. This is the starter, this is the generator, this is the gas pedal and brake system, whatever. Put all that in, and then when it's up on the shelf, you can tell exactly where it is. Now during the restoration, from time to time, you have to take those parts down and say, okay, now I'm going to rebuild my master cylinder for the brakes. Either you're going to rebuild it, or you're going to buy a new one or send it out for somebody to rebuild. So you have to sort of do those things along the way, because you're going to get your car all done with the body work and everything, and then you're going to find out you don't have the parts to start assembling it. So you want to sort of start doing some of this stuff along the way. So have fun dismantling your car.